Hey everybody, Chris Cooner here for the Rock and a Hard Place podcast. One of the things that we use when we are recording our podcast every week is a sound effects board. Now, I know there's lots of options out there as far as sound effects boards are concerned. My personal favorite right now is this app that you see in front of you. It's called BossJock. Sells for about $10 in the App Store. It works on both iPad and iPhone. Works very well. You can even utilize it to actually record your whole podcast. I don't utilize it for that because I don't like having all my eggs in one basket, as it were. So I utilize a different app, which I'll cover at some point in the future. But this particular app works great for a soundboard app. If I want to play the intro to the podcast, all I do is simply do this. Then when it comes time for me to talk, I can press the bar that's on the bottom there with the microphone. The microphone lights up and it automatically ducks the music down behind my voice so that you can hear me, but you can still hear the music in the background. Now, if I take my finger and I slide it over to the left, you're going to see a little lock highlight. I let go, it locks the bar down. My finger is no longer on the iPad, and I can talk, and the music itself will automatically just fade off in the background. If I want to turn it off early, I simply press the button again. It gives me a nice fade out back to normal audio. Touch the microphone again, boom, pops the mic off, and we are off to the races and ready to go. Now, one of the things that I like about this app is the versatility. You can load it up with all kinds of different sound effects and things like that, but you're probably wondering, how do you get the sound effects on there? It's actually quite simple. I just use Dropbox. Yes, Dropbox. Touch an empty square, pops up with this menu. There's lots of different ways you can see that you have the opportunity or the ability to bring in sound effects, but Dropbox is nice and simple. Link it to your Dropbox account. It automatically pops up with this. I grab the folder that I want to use, brings up all of these different files, and then let's grab the stew. We'll bring back a little memory for some long-time listeners to the show. So you can see it's downloading. Then it's going to show me that it's importing in just a second, and it'll be ready to fire off as soon as it is done downloading. Depending on the size of the file will determine how long it takes for it to import. Of course, bigger files are going to take a little while longer. It also depends on your network speeds and all that kind of stuff. Touch OK, and you can see right here.
The Rock in a Hard Place podcast presents
the one and the only.
All right, boys and girls, get ready for
The Stew.
There you have it, the stew. Now, let's say I want to edit it. Not a problem. You just touch the gear in the upper right-hand corner, and it pops up everything that you need to be able to do. The symbols from left to right are... you can have it not auto rewind, so when you stop it and start it again, it'll start back in the same place that it was in before. You can have it not fade when you touch the button to stop it. You can also have it no longer duck. Now, ducking is what happens when you push the microphone bar down to talk. That ducks it. So if you turn ducking off, it will not allow the sound to fade down underneath the bar. And of course, this one here, if you turn this on, it allows it to become a loop, so it'll just continue to play over and over and over again. You can audition it.
The Rock in a Hard Place.
So you can hear exactly what it sounds like. You can also set your ins and your outs. So depending on where you want it to be, touch and hold on the in, and I can drag it here and set that. And then when I go to audition it,
all right, boys and girls,
that's where it will start
for
out every time.
All right, boys and girls. All right, boys and girls. All right, boys.
Okay. I could also do the same thing with the out. Now, you'll notice that when I held my finger on here and moved this a little bit and let go, it popped up this little icon right here. You can either play it from this point, or you can actually explode the WAV file or the waveform, and it'll allow you to touch ever so slightly on the left or the right arrows, and it'll allow you to move it so that you can fine-tune exactly where you want it to start to come in, or where you want it to stop or go out. Hit the X when you're done, and everything is all set. I don't want any intros. I like it the way it is. Paul's got a nice fade on the waveform you can see right there. But if I want to highlight it so that I know exactly which one it is I want to use, I can choose any one of these colors, and then when I exit out of here, you can see that it is, in fact, that color. If I want to change it, not a problem. I just change it and then touch anywhere outside that box. Boom, pops to that color. Not a big deal at all.
I don't see how that's a party.
Say it with me, Minio.
Exactly. So that is one of the apps that we use. If I want to delete it, I simply hit the X and hit remove. It's gone. All of my spots are empty again. If I come over here, you can see all the different recordings that I already have. I can touch up here and choose my settings. And what you'll see is you can have different cart numbers, as in amounts of carts. Currently, it's 30, or it's not 35. If I touch this, that'll make it 20 carts. And then I can touch it again, and it makes it 35 carts. Touch it again, go back to 20. So that's this is how I like it. Is at 35, gives me something to really like to use it very well. Here's your basic setup info. Close that out. Low cut on. That cuts the bass down some. Of course, I like bass, so there's no reason why I'm going to cut the bass on that. Anyhow, that's a brief overview of BossJock. Like I said, $10 in the iPhone, iPad App Store. It's money well spent, in my opinion. We use it every single week, and it does a great job. So that's going to do it for this episode. Have a good one, guys. Catch you next time.